everybody, it's Dr. Joe. I'm just chilling out by the fireplace on a lazy rainy day. Who's that at the door? Hey Nick, come on in. Come sit in my fancy chair.
Fancy chair.
I met Nick at Next Up YouTube, class of 2017.
2017.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are
Awesome.
you, Dr. Joe?
I'm doing great. Tell us a little bit about your channel.
All right, so my channel, we throw cards. So what that means is give cards a little flick, throw them around. And the issue that I run into is my subscribers and we run into elbow pain.
Ah, yes.
All that throwing.
That is, I could see that would be a very repetitive, painful thing. You know what? I think I got some stretches and exercise for that. Yeah, let's check them out right here. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. Whoa, it came all the way through. So with Nick's repetitive movements of throwing those cards, he gets a lot of pain in the elbow area. And sometimes it's called tennis elbow, sometimes it's called iPad elbow, and so now we can call it cards elbow. But a great way to work these muscles start at the elbow, but they come all the way down to the wrist, and they actually do a lot of movement at the wrist. So those flicking motions that he does probably causes a lot of that too. So we're just going to stretch out these muscles all the way through. A good way to start is to get those flexors and extensors by putting your arms straight out. If you put your hands in and make a fist and come up, you'll get a little bit of a stretch under here. If you want more of a stretch, put your fingers up into a stop sign position, and then you can put a little bit of pressure over it this way. And you should really feel that one underneath because you want to stretch both sides. So you're going to hold this stretch for about 30 seconds and then do 3 of those. But you can alternate back and forth to get those extensors by coming down this way. This is the opposite. If your fingers are open, it's not quite as much of a stretch. But if you make a fist, you're going to get a lot bigger stretch there, and then you can put a little bit of pressure over that way. So I like to alternate back and forth doing my 30 seconds and then doing a total of 3 on each side. So coming up, doing that stretch, but really hold it for that 30 seconds if you can, and then coming down and holding that stretch. Once you get those wrist flexors and extensors stretched out a little bit, you can stretch your supination and pronation. And the way I like to do that is grab a hammer or something that's a little top heavy, because that helps you get a little bit of an overpressure stretch. Keep your elbow bent by your side, because if you do it straight out, you're gonna rotate your whole shoulder, and we really want to get down here at the elbow and the wrist. So bend that elbow, keep it by your side, and then hold the hammer and just go down this way, which is into supination. Hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then come back the other way into pronation. And so the little bit of the weight on the hammer pulls it just a little bit more to give you that stretch going back and forth. So it's a nice little stretch, and it's also a nice little exercise as well. I would just start off with about 10 of these on each side. And you can go smoothly or just holding it a little bit. So after you get those stretched out a little bit, you can go into doing some band work to help strengthen the area. The different color bands are the different hardness of resistance. Usually the yellow one is the lightest and the red is the next lightest. So you might want to start off with the lightest, but just getting some resistance in there to start building up those muscles a little bit. And a lot of times people ask, well, it's sore, do I want to do that? But with resistive bands, it works really well to kind of help get that irritation out of there, as long as you're not overdoing it. If you want to place your hand on a table or something, you can, or you can kind of hold your elbow here, or if you feel good enough, you can just kind of hold it up into this position. We're going to start off with our palm down, and you just want to do the movement at the wrist, but that's really going to work those elbow muscles up there as well. So just pulling up this way and then come all the way down. So you want to come all the way through the movement. You don't want to stop here. You want to come all the way down and then pull up, and then nice and slow back down. So again, just starting off with about 10 of these. You don't want to overdo it and irritate it even more, but you definitely want to work it out and try and get that inflammation out of there. After you do 10 that way, turn it over. A lot of times I like to kind of get the band in the middle area and then just go the opposite way. So now you're going to curl up and then slowly come back down. So same thing, just nice, slow, controlled, do about 10 of those. But make sure when you come up, you're not just letting it plop back down. Control that band because you don't want to injure anything more. And then this coming down is equally as important. So make sure that's smooth control motion. Then next, you're going to come up into this position where your thumb is up. And then you're going to go what's called the radial deviation, which is pulling up this way and then coming back down. So again, still doing that full movement all the way down, all the way up, and making sure that you're working the band. Don't let the band work you. And then the last one with the band is going to be an ulnar deviation. And the way I like to do that is just hold it in both hands here with your thumb pointing towards each other. And then you're just going to take it and go out this way. So again, controlling the band, nice smooth motion going all the way out, coming all the way in. And then just doing about 10 of those. And really just with 10 of each, you'll be able to feel that you're working those muscles. So after you work those, you can take something like a towel, you can take a ball, you can even just take a little small foam roll and do some squeezes. So now you're just going to kind of squeeze in, hold it for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then come out. So again, if you don't have anything like a roll, you can just roll up a towel if you want to. But if you have something like a tennis ball or a Nerf ball, that works really well for kind of squeezing, holding it for a little bit, and then letting go. And again, you'll be able to feel that it's working all these muscles here. And then so the last exercise is going to be with a band, and then we'll do some nice massages and stuff at the end. So with the rubber band, take it doesn't have to be a fancy rubber band, it can just be any rubber band, and put it around your fingers. And then with your fingers, you're just going to kind of open them up this way and then slowly come back in. So it's the same thing with the band. When you come out, don't just let them pop it back in. Really control it coming back in. So you're going to go out and then nice and slow back in. I just do maybe about 10 of those as well. So after you get all those exercises, you're probably feeling it a little bit, you've worked those muscles, they feel nice and warm, and then to make it feel good afterwards, you can do a massage on the area. So just getting some cream or some lotion, but all these muscles at the wrist and the elbow kind of come up here, and they come up on this side too. But probably the motion, especially that Nick feels with that spin motion of the card, is here. So just getting some lotion to help make it easier to rub, but just doing some circular motions around this area right here. Some people like to get a massager. You can do that because the vibration works really well too, but I also think just giving it a nice massage on the muscles and the tendons that come up and attach right here is really nice as well. And if you use lotion, it'll be a little bit smoother. It's not as much friction, but just to give you an idea, making little kind of circle motions right along that area in that elbow joint right in there. And then so after you do this, you can do this for about 2 or 3 minutes just to get it nice and calm back down. And then my favorite at the very end is an ice massage. So just grab an ice cube and then I'll show you that real quick. So all you need is an ice cube. Sometimes if you want a little bit more, you can take those little cups and put some ice in it, and then once it freezes, you can tear the cup away. But I like just having an ice cube kind of wrapped up in a paper towel. So what you want to do with an ice massage is really only do about 6 minutes. Since it's direct ice on the skin, this is not a 10 to 15 minute kind of thing, but just directly on there. You're going to start off really light and you're just going to do some circles. And the reason you want to go really light is because at first you're really going to feel it's going to feel cold and it's going to feel burny and stingy. But if you can tolerate about a minute of that, then it'll kind of go numb. And once it goes numb, then you're going to start putting a little more pressure on it and doing the massage part. So really just getting around in that area, that area that's irritated, those tendons, maybe like a tendonitis or the bursa, a bursitis, or even the tennis elbow, which is an epicondylitis. But just really working that area. The more it gets numb, push harder. You really want to get that massage in there. You want that irritation to get out of there. But you really only want to do this for about 6 minutes. You don't want to do it too much more than that. And so I won't go the whole 6 minutes, but that is what you would do. All right, so there you have it.
There you go.
Oh! Those are your stretching exercises for a little bit of elbow pain. Hey, I'm getting there. Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe to Nick's channel. Don't forget to subscribe to Ask Dr. Joe. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon. Yeah.